As you know, North Christian Church has always been very active in the community at large and very involved in ecumenical and interfaith circles, as well as social justice issues and other civic ways of responding to happenings in our community and in our world. And that hasn't changed despite the fact of the global pandemic that we're currently in. We have participated in a lot of different community activities since March. Some of them include, I want to let you know, and I have shared this with you in other ways, other communication tools, that the Indiana LGBTQ Plus Alliance has been regularly meeting throughout the pandemic, well, way more regularly now than ever, because it's so convenient for folks to gather on Zoom instead of folks from all over the state having to travel to meet together in person. So they've actually become quite active and involved and have been meeting regularly. And so if you're interested in participating in those regular meetings, let me know and I will put you in contact with the leader, Ruben Sanken-Marks, and you'll get connected in with their meetings. Also, you may recall that back in May, we participated in an interfaith COVID-19 vigil. Travis and I both were part of that vigil. And that was put on by Columbus Interfaith and some of our ecumenical friends in Columbus. We also participated in Columbus Pride. Originally, Pride was scheduled for April, but it got postponed to August. And then when August approached and the pandemic was still raging, they decided to do it online instead of in person. And so I was asked to be one of the speakers for Columbus Pride, and I did so. All of these opportunities are still available if you did not know about them previously and would be interested in watching and participating. You can find the Interfaith COVID-19 Vigil on our YouTube page. We have a link to it, as well as the Columbus Pride in August. Another new way that we are participating with some of our disciples connections in the state of Indiana is by the Festival of Trees at the Indiana History Society in downtown Indianapolis. In particular, Nance Arn Humph is involved in the creative aspect of putting together a tree for the Festival of Trees. The idea behind this, if you haven't previously attended the Festival of Trees, is an opportunity to decorate a tree and to communicate something about your organization or business or what have you. For us as disciples, we're wanting to communicate with folks who visit the Indiana Historical Society. We're wanting to communicate our message of all means all, that all are welcome in the Christian Church Disciples of Christ. And so a number of congregations have joined efforts to produce and decorate and create this beautiful tree for the Festival of Trees. So I want to personally thank Nance for her involvement in that. And she's been a real key participant in this planning. And I'm hopeful that you all will get to see our tree online if you don't feel comfortable going in person, which I wouldn't blame you one bit if you felt uncomfortable going into a public space like that. But so that's been a really exciting and unique opportunity for us to do. We were also invited, North Christian Church was invited to participate in the Imagine Columbus conversations. The Imagine Columbus is an anti-racism group that is working on expanding inclusion in the community of Columbus. And we were invited to participate in a conversation about what we would like to see in Columbus in regards to racism. And we had, I think, about 6 people from North Christian participate in the conversation. And we'll be hearing more about the other 19 groups that they also interviewed as well in preparing their report to come. Also, We were part of the Historical Society, the Bartholomew County Historical Society tour. They do a fundraiser every year, and it's usually a tour of someone's home, a historical home. But this year with COVID, they decided to do gardens instead. And so they included North Christian Church's landscape as part of the tour. And so we were part of that fundraiser, and it was a garden tour on September 19th. And Nancy Hoover had a lot to do with organizing that and working with the folks from the Bartholomew County Historical Society. In preparation for that, we had a work day at the church organized by Ben Weaver from the Miller House and Richard McCoy from Landmark Columbus, and a lot of students from St. Bartholomew Catholic School. We had 5th, 6th, and 7th graders come and help us clean up the church grounds. They did an amazing job, lots of work. Also, members from the congregation and participants and friends from the congregation were there on hand. I want to thank Jay Leahy and Mike McGill and Mark Matheny and Amanda Matheny, and oh gosh, I'm going to forget somebody I know, but there were lots of folks from North Christian, a lot of folks from the community, and it was just spectacular what they did and what they accomplished in a single day, and I'm very grateful for their hard work. Coming up in November, we will once again participate in a community Transgender Day of Remembrance service that we are collaborating with First Presbyterian, Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbus, Indiana, and other ecumenical and interfaith friends. That will be an online virtual vigil as well. You'll be hearing more information about that in the weeks to come. So these are some of the ways that we have connected with the community of Columbus during the pandemic. And we are hopeful and looking forward to more ways to connect as well.